She asked him a question she didn't expect him to answer seriously. A year later, on August 22nd, that answer walked onto her stage in Beijing wearing a white embroidered shirt. This is Rabbit News Hallyu, and tonight's story isn't really about a concert cameo. It's about one sentence that reveals how little most public promises in this industry are built to last, and what it means when one of them actually does. Here's what happened on the surface. Xiao Zhan appeared as a surprise guest at Na Ying's concert in Beijing. He performed her signature ballad Spring Blossoms solo, then joined her for a duet, A Thousand Years of Song. The crowd read it as a reunion of Team Na Ying, the pairing formed on the 2019 music show Xiao Zhan. Social media lit up. Outlets like China News and Yangtze Evening News ran headlines calling him trustworthy, loyal, upright. On the surface, this is a nostalgia story, two former teammates, 7 years later, back on the same stage. But the moment that actually matters happened in the dialogue, not the performance. When Xiao Zhan walked out, Na Ying said something revealing on stage, "I thought you were just being polite." He answered, "If I promised, I have to keep it." That's the detail. Not the shirt, not the duet, not the trending hashtag. A host, live on her own stage, admitting she hadn't actually believed the person standing in front of her. Here's the context that makes that line land. A year earlier, at a different concert, Li Jian's, Na Ying had tossed Xiao Zhan a casual question: did he want to come see her show sometime? He said yes. That's it. No contract, no formal invitation, no follow-up scheduling call captured anywhere in the reporting. Just a line exchanged between two people who'd once been teammates on a competition show. The kind of thing performers say to each other constantly, and rarely mean as a calendar commitment. Na Ying clearly filed it under small talk. Her own words on stage confirm it, she didn't expect him to show up. And yet 12 months later, he did, unprompted, unscheduled from her side, on his own initiative. No one on her team had to chase a management office, negotiate a fee, or lock a date into a promotional calendar. The appearance simply happened, on the strength of one remembered sentence. Compare that to how most guest cameos actually get built in this industry. A concert guest slot is typically the product of weeks of coordination, schedules cross-checked, agencies consulted, promotional value weighed on both sides before anyone confirms a date. That process is invisible to the audience, all they see is the artist walking on stage as if it were spontaneous. This appearance inverted that. The spontaneity wasn't staged for effect, it was, by Na Ying's own account, a genuine surprise to the person it was supposedly promised to. That gap between what she expected and what actually happened is the anomaly worth sitting with. In an industry where "let's work together sometime and come to my show" are two of the most common throwaway lines exchanged at every event, award show, and after party, almost none of them turn into an actual booked appearance a year later. Na Ying's surprise wasn't performative. It was the honest reaction of someone who has heard that sentence 100 times and watched it evaporate 100 times. So why did this one not evaporate? This is where a separate detail becomes useful, not from the concert itself, but from how Xiao Zhan has described himself in past interviews. He has said more than once that he leans towards social anxiety and identifies as introverted, someone who is more comfortable with solitude than with being pulled into spontaneous social commitments. Fans watching his recent hosting and business appearances have noted the same pattern, visibly nervous in the first moment, then fully composed once the moment demands it. That context reframes the promise. If keeping a casual, low-stakes invitation came naturally to him, if this were simply his default personality, it would be a nice gesture and nothing more. But by his own account, unscheduled social commitment isn't his default setting. Choosing to follow through on something this minor, a year later, without anyone chasing him for it, required an active decision rather than a passive habit. The anomaly isn't just that he kept the promise. It's that keeping it ran against the grain of how he's described his own instincts. That's also likely why Chinese media coverage picked the specific words it did. Trustworthy. Loyal. Upright. Those aren't generic celebrity appearance adjectives. They're character adjectives, the kind normally reserved for evaluating someone's reliability in a professional or personal relationship, not their stage presence. One reasonable reading is that outlets weren't primarily reacting to the performance quality, they were reacting to the follow-through itself, because follow-through on an offhand promise is rarer, and therefore more newsworthy, than another polished vocal duet. It also matters who was on the other side of that promise. Na Ying and Xiao Zhan weren't strangers being introduced for a one-off collaboration. Their connection traces back to 2019's Our Song, a format that paired veteran singers with younger performers and let audiences watch the mentorship develop in real time. Team Na Ying wasn't a marketing label invented for this concert, it was a name that stuck from that season and resurfaced, unprompted, in the coverage of this reunion. That history is what gives the current moment its texture. This wasn't a brand ambassador shaking hands with a stranger for a photo op. It was two people picking up a specific, years-old thread, in front of an audience that remembered the thread existed. Seen that way, the concert becomes a kind of evidence review. The audience isn't just watching a performance, it's watching whether a relationship formed on a competition show 7 years ago held up once the cameras moved on and neither party had anything obvious to gain from staying in touch. A one-off TV pairing quietly becoming an actual, maintained friendship is a different kind of story than a scheduled guest slot, and it's one international audiences following CN tend to respond to because it reads as harder to fabricate than a press-released collaboration. This doesn't mean every kept promise in CN carries strategic intent, and it would be a mistake to read this single appearance as proof of some industry-wide playbook. One artist showing up for one friend does not establish a pattern for an entire industry. But it does illustrate something narrower and still worth noting, in a promotional environment saturated with scheduled cameos, contractual guest slots, and pre-negotiated crossover appearances, a voluntary, unscripted callback to a year-old casual line stands out precisely because it wasn't required. Nobody was contractually obligated to remember that sentence. The reliability read as more valuable specifically because it cost something to deliver, time, schedule, effort, for zero commercial upside. Which brings the story back to the stage, because Xiao Zhan and Na Ying didn't just close the loop on the old promise. They opened a new one. Na Ying announced she would be the first to sign up as a guest at Xiao Zhan's upcoming solo concert, and the two sealed it with a pinky promise, live, in front of the audience. A year ago, that kind of gesture would have read as pure sentiment, a nice moment, unlikely to mean much beyond the night it happened. Now it reads differently. The audience watching that pinky promise has evidence, not just hope, that this specific artist treats casual commitments as commitments. The same sentence that once got dismissed as politeness now carries actual weight, because precedent was just set on the same stage. That's the shift worth noticing. This story didn't start as industry analysis, it started as a reunion clip. But the throwaway line inside it, the one where a veteran host admitted she hadn't believed her own guest, says something more durable than the concert itself. It's worth being precise about what this one night can and can't tell us. It doesn't establish that Xiao Zhan operates by some consistent, calculated reliability strategy across his career that would be a much bigger claim than a single concert appearance can support, and it isn't one this evidence earns. What it does support is narrower and, in some ways, more interesting. In this specific case, a low-stakes, unenforced promise was tracked, remembered, and honored a full year later, in a media environment where almost none of them are. The reaction from Na Ying, from the outlets covering it, and from the audience watching the pinky promise afterward all point to the same thing, that reliability, in an industry built on scheduled appearances and rehearsed courtesy, still reads as unusual enough to be the story, rather than the backdrop to it. That's also the frame worth carrying into whatever happens next. When Xiao Zhan's solo concert eventually arrives and Na Ying takes her seat as promised, it won't be treated as a footnote. It will be treated as confirmation of something the audience already has one data point for, which is exactly how reputations compound in this industry, not through a single grand gesture, but through small commitments that keep resolving the same way. If you like entertainment stories that go beyond the headline, the kind that look for the quiet signals most coverage misses, Rabbit News Hallyu was built for exactly that. Subscribe if you want analysis, not just updates.